everyone, welcome back to the channel. Before we get into the video, click subscribe, drop a like, and share this video with your friends. In this video, we're just gonna do a recap of Rocky's first week and our experience with transitioning him to his new home. Enjoy some of this B-roll footage while I voice over some stuff that we've done with him this past week. So the first topic that we'll be discussing is potty training. To me, I believe that this is the first and most important, if not the second most important aspect of transitioning your puppy into your new home. So during the first day, we took him straight from the car to the backyard in order to establish where he would be going to the bathroom. Overall, he's been doing really well this week. In terms of going number one, he does it outside about 80% of the time. There were a few instances where he peed inside, so we gave him the proper response to let him know that inside is not allowed. In general, with this specific breed, the English Mastiff, they are the type where you need to tell them more than a few times to get something. So you just have to be patient. Now, in terms of going number two, he's been doing phenomenal. Knocking on wood, but he has gone outside to poop 100% of the time, so there's no problems there. We also installed a bell right next to the backyard door because we're eventually going to train him to ring the bell to let us know whenever he needs to go. It's nice and convenient and also a cool party trick, right? But yeah, I'll go into training later in the video. Now, the next topic I want to discuss is crate training, which is probably the second most important topic in this video. In terms of getting him comfortable inside the crate, it was surprisingly super easy. During that first day, he felt right at home in there. I did watch a few YouTube videos on how to get your dog to like their crate and not make it seem like a timeout place or any place of for punishment, or if they did something bad. You know, we want to make this a safe environment. What we want to make him do is feel like it is his own space where he can be comfortable, chill out, and most importantly, sleep. Now, getting into that was kind of difficult in terms of sleep. As expected with a new pup at 8 weeks, he was very, very scared. In addition to making sure we take him out every few hours to go outside and do his business, we tended to him because he would just cry all night. When we would do that, we would do what's called the close-open technique, which comes from a YouTube video that I'll link down below, and personally I think it's very effective. During these past few nights, I think we found the solution though, to combat the crying. We know it's expected, but it was just it happened all the time, which was not normal. So during those first few nights, he was placed alone in the living room, so with no one there, he would just cry all night, right? We initially did this because we wanted him to develop some independence, but I think that instantly created separation anxiety, actually. So what we did was move him into my room, where he can see that he is with another human, which will let him rest easier. And now, these past few nights, he has not cried during the night since then, like at all. Side note, during that first day when we picked him up early in the morning, he did sleep the entire day, which probably caused his sleep schedule to be flipped, where he slept all day and was awake all night. But as the days went by this week, so far, I think that his sleep schedule has regulated by now, which is great. Overall, with crate training, what I've learned so far during this first week is to be patient and firm with your dog. Let him know what time is sleepy time. Next, I want to talk about some miscellaneous things that we did with Rocky this week. The next day after getting him, we had to go pick up a dog tag for him, and in that same place where we got his dog tag, it had a pet shower. So we took him for his first shower. As you guys can see in the video, he wasn't the biggest fan, but in time he will grow to like it, hopefully. Next, I just want to talk about what a day is like for him, since we have developed a schedule this week that will change as time goes by, and dogs are creatures of habit, so a nice schedule for each day will keep him healthy and stimulated. So to break it down, how a day goes by for him. At the start of the day, when he wakes up, he goes outside for his morning poop, and then he goes for a morning walk with my brother. During the walk, we do our best to allow him to socialize with other humans. It is definitely hard during these times, but we are safe with it, just to let you guys know. Because he doesn't have all of his shots, we allow socialization with other people, but not other dogs as of right now. After his walk, he would eat breakfast, which is some kibble and a topper. Throughout the whole day, he would either hang out with me, if it's my day off from work, or he would chill with my brother or my sister-in-law since they both work from home. During this time, he's either sleeping or playing with his toys. We do our best to stimulate him and expose him to as many toys with different textures, along with hard and soft chewing difficulties, stuff like that. So far, his favorite toys are his Kong Classic and his purple squeaker. Finally, by the end of the day, around 6 p.m., he eats dinner, and then we wait a little bit of time before we take him on his evening walk. By the time we all go to sleep, I take him out one more time for him to do his business, and he goes to sleep. And like I said, we'll implement more stuff into his routine, but we are taking things one at a time so that it's not too overwhelming for him. Okay, so next topic I want to discuss is diet. With me and my brother looking at a bunch of different dog food brands and what we want for Rocky, we decided to put him on a diet that is half grain-free kibble and half raw diet. For this first week, though, we did solely kibble since that is what he's used to from his breeder. And in general, whether it is kibble or raw food, you never want to just switch up to a new food right away. You always want to introduce it slowly with their current food and slowly increase the amount of new food and decrease the amount of old food. But for today, at the time of me recording this, May 1st, he had his first taste of raw food. Now, like I just said, we want to slowly introduce the raw diet with him. So we're going to implement raw foods every other day so that he gets used to it. I'm not worried because, as you can see by the video, he loves raw food already. Also, something to note, since he's still a puppy, I want to let all of you know that his raw food will be all freshly ground / cut in very small bite-sized pieces. Later on as an adult, we'll do whole prey, but for now, with his little baby teeth, freshly ground meat with our meat grinder will be the way to go. And that's basically it for diet. Before I move on to the next topic, I just want to put it out there that I'm not saying that the raw diet for dogs is the way to go. After doing a lot of research leading up to getting Rocky, this is what we decided what would be great for him and his overall health. If you guys are interested, check out other YouTube videos about the raw diet. Talk to your vet as well. If you guys are interested in what we give to Rocky on his raw diet, feel free to give your thoughts in the comments. Alright guys, next thing I want to talk about is training. And I'll be honest, we haven't done much. Like I mentioned before, yes, the 8 to 12 week mark is where you want to introduce your dogs to everything. And that time frame is prime in terms of your dog learning everything for later in their life. This is the first week, and we mainly wanted to focus on those first 2 points of potty and crate training. Now that a week has gone by, we are definitely going to implement more basic training. The only training we've done with him was teach him his name, which I feel like is most important. But once he knows that, then we'll implement sit, lay down, stay, leave it, all those tricks, etc. Now guys, before I close today's video, I just want to put in a disclaimer that for anyone who wants a dog, your experience might not be the same as my experience. I love